Hello everyone. So today I'm going to do another one of my cross-brand lightsaber comparisons, but today I wanted to focus on the idea of size. I know that when I was looking into buying lightsabers a while back, that was one of the biggest questions that I had. How big were these things? How big would they be in my hand? How big were different models compared to each other? So I wanted to take a moment to go over that. Here in front of me on the table I have some lightsabers from several of the major manufacturers. I have an Ultrasabers, a Vader's Vault, a Saber Forge, and a Kyber Light. So just to look at how big they are, these models specifically are some of the smaller models offered by the various lightsaber makers. This one right here is an Ultrasabers V3 Initiate tier. Okay, so you can see that it's about 10 inches tall, roughly. This one's a little bit thicker than they usually come because I have quite a thick grip wrapped around the bottom here. It's been modified a little bit, but about 10 inches tall. You can see about how wide that is relative to my hand. Not a bad size. Compare that to a Saber Forge. This is a Saber Forge Disciple. You can see that the Saber Forge is a little bit taller and a little bit slimmer than the Ultrasabers is. Not by a whole lot if you look at the size of some of the choke points. Again, the grip makes this a little bit thicker, but it is definitely slimmer. This is about 11 inches tall, roundabout. Then right here we have a Vader's Vault Tempest. This, to my knowledge, is the smallest model that Vader's Vault makes. You can see that this is about as wide as the choke point on the Saber Forge, much slimmer overall. It's about the same height as the Ultrasabers, a little bit taller on this flange, a little bit shorter at the bottom there. So this is by far the smallest saber that I own or that I've ever seen. You can see how it fits there in the palm of my hand, as opposed to this one. Both are very comfortable. Actually, all of these are very comfortable. In the back here, I've got a Kyber Light. Now you can see that the Kyber Light gets a lot of flack for being big and bulky. You can see that it's not that much bulky, or not that much taller than the Saber Forge. And it's about the same width, maybe a little bit wider because of the sleeve, than the Ultrasaber. Most of that, or a lot of that, has to do with this pommel down here. This is the base model of a Kyber Light saber. I don't have an emitter on this right now, but you can see that this is definitely the bulkiest of the sabers. In terms of weight, it's also the heaviest, seconded by the Ultrasabers. This one, or the Saber Forge, being the second lightest, and the Vader's Vault being far and away the lightest and the slimmest. So this should just give you a little bit of an idea of what the various sizes are. The other models of Saber Forge, some of the thicker ones that aren't in the Apprentice tier, get to be about as thick, actually pretty much exactly as thick as the Ultrasabers or the Kyber Light. The Ultrasabers and the Kyber Light stay about this thickness, except for Ultrasabers make some that have shrouds or outer layers on them. Those get to be a little bit thicker. But by and large, if you're looking for small and sleek, I probably wouldn't go with the Kyber Light. This is more of a standard sized saber that could be used for dual grip, double hand. Any of these three sabers, though, would make a really nice, sleek saber for dual wield. Very easy to use one-handed. Definitely the lightest, but by far the most expensive. These things start around $350, something in that neighborhood, but they're incredibly hard to get a hold of with some bells and whistles in them. These things run about $500, a little bit more than. This guy right here is about $140 with the configuration that it's got in it right now. I put a different grip on this. They don't usually look like that, but about $140 for a stunt model. The Vader's Vault all have sound. And the Ultrasabers, this is a stunt model. This little guy right here is only about $50-$60. So you can see that the price difference is rather substantial between these. This one is 3 times the price of this one, and this one is at least twice the price of this one. But again, you get that back in features, you get it in performance. So it's just it's a matter of how sleek do you want it to be and how much money do you have to spend. If you can go for the gold standard, you can always go for the gold standard. But otherwise, any of these will be perfectly acceptable, perfectly usable one-handed sabers. So hopefully that has been of help to you today, and I'll see you back here for another review soon.